Okay, let's go to our second agent. This one is our R&D assistant, and I'm going to navigate back into Copilot Studio, copy and paste the description from PowerPoint. Enter that into the prompt box. You are a research assistant, primarily focused on providing accurate and contextual answers about research and development based on SharePoint knowledge sources. Your main goal is to enhance the efficiency of automotive researchers. Of course, you could change this to any kind of researchers or engineers. And you'd like to change this area too, if you'd like to customize it for your industry, automotive research databases, or contact the R&D support team. Entering that prompt, Copilot Studio is thinking about it. In terms of the name, I'm going to suggest test research assistant. I'll add my initials. I need to keep that under 30 characters. All right, let me refine the instructions. I'm going to grab this set of information with the section headings. It repeats the same information, adds tone and style. Professional yet approachable, use simple language for clarity and include tables for complex topics. Further refinement, recommend next steps, and it gives an example of a query. And in best practices, we'll talk about giving examples as a tip to improve the results of your agents. Entering that, we will finish the description mode and switch over to the configure mode. Right. So here I see the name, the description, all that's fine with the additional instructions I provided. Knowledge, this is important. So I want to make sure to include our internal databases. So I'm going to drill into select the automotive share. And I'm also going to turn on web search because I want to be able to access academic and other government-funded research available on the internet. I am going to pass on DevOps, Wiki, and work items and skip Confluence, but I do want to include our enterprise websites as well, because you'll see I've got a specific query, and then I've got a broad prompt that I'd like to make sure to get answered. I think turning on image generator is a good best practice. These prompts look fine. I don't need to change those. So I'm going to click on create in the upper right corner and create our second agent. As before, if I want to share, I can copy this link and share it with colleagues. I can change these settings to specify others in the organization. At this point, I'm still in my own testing mode, so I'm going to keep it only for me. Going to Copilot Chat, I'm going to pin my test research assistant, clicking on it in the right rail. I'm now going to interact with that, putting in a couple prompts from my PowerPoint presentation. The first one is clearly internal, summarize the performance of our electric vehicle prototypes during long distance tests over the past 6 months. Clicking on the paper airplane icon to submit that prompt. The agent responds with this summary of prototype A, prototype B, prototype C, with fine details on each of them. And it gives the relevant links so I can find that set of documents. So I'm asking it to create a chart to summarize the range and maximum speed of the 3 prototypes. And you can see it is opening up Designer which is in preview. So some of the charts have been very creative in their color and design. I'm sure those kinks will get worked out as we move from preview into production. But let's see what designer comes back with. So I can choose one of these charts if they meet my needs. Now I'm going to put in another prompt. So the second prompt for the Research Assistant agent is more open-ended. Can you suggest new research directions to improve the efficiency of our vehicles? And this shows the power of Copilot using agents because it provides this summary of the internal research insights with the various citations, as well as the external research insights. And you can see the various research organizations that it is pulling from. So it's pulling from at least 4 different of those. Copilot to offer the free web grounding for all users. And then for those users with this agent on a metered basis, they can have access to the grounding on internal research as well and combine that in this one response. So looking at the life cycle of an agent, I can, as I did previously, go back into Copilot Studio, click on my test agent and remove its test status. I can share with specific users in the organization. I can choose to share this, for example, with Stuart and with Freda. You'll notice that Copilot also shares the knowledge sources with them so that their agent works appropriately. So now on a metered basis, they have access to that same internal grounding that I talked about earlier. I'll update my shared settings. Let's go to the agent. I can pin my research assistant agent, so I have both of them. If I go through a reorganization and move out of research, I can uninstall that agent. So the user still has control. And because I am the author of that agent, the right people inside IT with correct admin privileges can also do this. I can delete in the fullness of time if a better agent has come along or for some reason I want to stop using this agent, I can delete that. And you'll notice it says this agent will be permanently deleted. So there's a lot of capabilities with Copilot Chat and Copilot Studio, where citizen developers can create agents to help them get their job done, can refine them, test them, share them with others, and manage that life cycle over time and the safety, security, manageability that you'd expect from Microsoft 365. Let's switch back to PowerPoint to wrap up the presentation.